निर्देशक आदित्य धर के साथ में शादी करने के बाद में अभिनेत्री यामी गौतम का पहला अपीयरेंस हुआ गोवा के इफ़ी में। भारत के इंटरनेशनल फिल्म फेस्टिवल का यह 53वां साल है जिसमें देश विदेश की और तथा OTT के फिल्में प्रदर्शित हो रही है। ऐसी ही एक फिल्म है लॉस, जिसमें यामी गौतम प्रमुख भूमिका में दिखेगी। उनके साथ में उनके सह कलाकार है पंकज कपूर। आयोजित पत्रकार परिषद ने यामी ने अपने फिल्म का किरदार तथा उनकी करियर और शादी के बारे में बात की। आइए सुनते हैं।
और मैं बहुत खुश हूँ जिस तरह का एक वेलकम मिला, जिस तरीके का प्रोत्साहन यहाँ मिला, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है और काफ़ी उत्सुक हूँ देखने के लिए। और योर स्वीट जेस्चर नाउ प्लीज। Good evening everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to
It's okay now. It's your career.
I'd like to welcome you all to IFFI. Mic is hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening everyone. Good evening. Sorry. Let's start again. Good evening everyone. Welcome to IFFI 53 here in Goa. Today is a very special day. It is the Asian premiere of Lost, and we have with us the cast and crew of the film with us at IFFI Talks, organized by Press Information Bureau. I'm Jayanti Jan. I'll be conducting this press conference. So to begin with, I'd like to say that at this point we don't know too much about the film. We don't have a trailer, despite trying very hard. And the little that we know about the film is that it's an emotional thriller, and it's a thriller, so it's good that we don't know too much before seeing the film. And the film is a quest for higher values of integrity and compassion. And it's also the story of a crime journalist as she aims to uncover the truth, which is, the journalist is played by Yami, about the disappearance of a missing theatre activist. So we have with us the poster for now, and this is the broad plot of the film. Before we open the floor to questions, I'd like to start by asking Anirudh sir. So the poster says based on true events. So what are these true events that inspired this film and inspired the idea behind this film?
This is about a lost theatre activist and what has happened. If you watch the film, unfortunately I can't reveal the story of the film right now because it's not yet released. And every bit of it has happened. All of you know these elements, know these moments, what is we have shown in the film. So this is a tale which we have taken from our daily tales, everyday stories, which we read in newspapers, which we see in our localities, which we see in our country, in these things. Everything is here. India is a place of a lot of diversity as far as emotions, as far as happenings, as far as caste, creed, everything. And so it's an honest film we wanted to do. It's a story which we have taken from the atmosphere. And then we created a screenplay and we made the film.
Yami, I'd like to bring you in here. I want to know what was your experience filming with Sir, and he's had such a successful first Hindi film and two very successful Bengali films also before this. So what was that experience like working with him and working on this project that you're leading the cast?
Thank you so much for your patience, and thank you for a very warm reception, Goa, at IFFI. This is my first, and I think are always special. And it couldn't have been better than for a film like Lost. Lost, my experience was, sometimes it happens, you want to say so many things, but you don't get words. I think that also could be, and there could be extreme experiences, extremely bad and extremely good. कि कितनी बुराई कर सकते हैं और कितनी अच्छाई आप कर सकते हैं. But here there was so much love, there was so much warmth. Apart from the director Tony Dias, which we've already seen in a very credible film of his called Pink, I think when I worked with him, you realize it also comes from, it's a reflection of also who you are as a person. And I'd also like to bring in one more person in Tony Dias' team, who's his wife, Indrani Di. I wish she was here. She's in Kolkata. And they are some of the most warm, loving and affectionate and professional at the same time people I've worked with, who made me feel so warm, who made me feel, I remember I had just gotten married and I just finished a portion of Thursday and I just left for, Kolkata, and of course you miss home, you want to be back, and you're still in that little I won't say celebration mode, but still, you want to be with your family. But they didn't. I actually felt I'm with another family, and in terms of work, so clear about what he wants to do. So clear. It's like we're taking a shot. We're shooting a scene, but in his mind, he's already edited it. He already knows what it's going to look on screen. So he'll only shoot only that much. And so many other things which he'll shoot which you won't be even aware of. He'll just make you unaware of cameras. And also the team that he had, the HODs, who make the film together come alive. All that played a very important part. The cast that Dada had thought in his mind, and he luckily, fortunately enough, we had actually Pankaj is watching the film right now with ma'am, so that's why the crew and cast is missing. It's just the both of us. But fantastic experience, fantastic. I mean, these are the experiences which make you grow as an actor, as a person, and makes you feel good about your work. It doesn't feel like work. I mean, we've come with morning flight, gotten ready, ordered our lunch, and already giving gazillion bites, but you still feel happy. And beyond a point, you can't pretend. You can see that, oh, jhoot bol rahe hai. But no, here I'm very happy because finally it's all going to be presented to the world. They're already watching it. Or thank you so much for having us here.
Yami, you spoke about the experience, the good parts of the experience shooting the film, but in your wrap-up post for the film, you had said that there were a lot of challenges, whether it was the weather, shooting on location, the pandemic. Was it hard going through all of that while shooting a film?
हाँ, उस टाइम आप ये सब एक्सप्रेस करते हैं क्योंकि आपको महसूस होता है कि आपने जो गो थ्रू किया है, या आप जो एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं एज एन एक्टर कि मैंने बहुत ह्यूमिडिटी में शूट किया, हमने इतने सीन्स एक दिन में, वी वर ऑलवेज ऑन द रोड, बहुत सारी जगह पे बैठने की भी जगह नहीं थी, एंड सम शॉपकीपर्स वर वेरी काइंड इनफ कि अरे मैम आप हमारी शॉप में आके बैठिए. वहाँ से दादा कहीं से कुल्हड़ वाली चाय बेच रहे हैं कि मैम को चाय पसंद है, उनको ये चाय देकर आओ. बट ये सारी चीज़ें ना बहुत फिर छोटी लगती हैं आपको, बिकॉज ये हमारा काम है. आई डोंट थिंक इट नीड्स it, of course it's tough at that time, but I don't think it needs extra glorification. It's a part of my job and I am aware of it. क्योंकि आई थिंक स्पेशली पोस्ट पैंडमिक आपने इतना कुछ देख लिया है ना कि ये सारी चीज़ें बहुत सच में बहुत छोटी लगती हैं. वी स्टिल हैव द कंफर्ट ऑफ वर्किंग विद सम रियली नाइस पीपल who provide us with good food, which Dada and Rani Di did. So हाँ, मतलब challenges हैं. और ये फिल्म अपने आप, इट वॉज नॉट अ स्टूडियो बेस्ड फिल्म की, एक स्टूडियो, एक सेट है और यहाँ पे शूट हो रहा है. टू कैप्चर रियल इमोशन यू विल हैव टू जंप इन. द काइंड ऑफ फिल्म इट इज, द काइंड ऑफ world that Dada has shown. It's not created, it's been shown. It is the way it is, and Dada has shown it, has presented it. So you have to jump in. You have to jump in and feel what it is to walk in a road like that for a girl who feels very righteous about the work that she does, who's very proud of the fact that yes, अगर 10 में से अगर 7-8 लोग बोलते हैं नहीं आपको इतना काम अपना इतना सीरियसली लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, एक लाइन होती है we should not cross, but she feels कि नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. अभी भी एक जिसका आप इंसानियत बोल लीजिए या अपना एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बोल लीजिए, मुझे वो करना है. Then as an actor I have to be true to her. As an actor I have to feel I can't cheat that character. Just वो फिर एक सुपरफिशियल परफॉर्मेंस होगी, वो एक ऊपरी जिसे बोलते हैं आप, एक परत होगी. एंड आई थिंक व्हेन यू गेट टू वर्क विद सच डायरेक्टर्स, तब आई थिंक इस तरह का काम, आई मीन आई डोंट वांट टू साउंड इमोडेस्ट, बट आई एम वेरी हैप्पी. आई थिंक फॉर मी इट विल बी वन ऑफ माय मोस्ट स्पेशल रोल्स. मैं आई थिंक काफी क्वेश्चंस एक ही क्वेश्चन में आंसर कर देती हूँ.
And they're still waiting to ask you more questions.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry sir.
So we'll just open the floor to questions now. Who would like to begin? Yes.
Any references?
Ma'am, let's start with sir.
Any real life references for the character that you played?
No ma'am. Although of course काफ़ी फिल्में हैं जो देखी हैं, जो मुझे पसंद है, दादा को भी, जो जिस एक जॉनर होता है, keeping that in mind, but not really. I didn't want to watch a film and study how a certain actor has performed. But there are certain films जो overall जो एक स्पिरिट है जस्ट फॉर द फिल्म कि एक फिल्म का टोन क्या है, टेक्सचर क्या है. आई थिंक फॉर दैट आई रियली लाइक्ड दादा वी वर डिस्कसिंग स्पॉटलाइट. आई थिंक which was one of those films जो बहुत एक लगा कि बहुत रियल है, you know, and at the same time very impactful, at the same time very engaging. क्योंकि एज एन ऑडियंस वो बहुत ज़रूरी है. सिर्फ यही हमारा काम नहीं है कि हमने सिर्फ एक जो भी फिल्म बनाई है eventually is for the audience. You have to like it, you have to connect with it. So, but specifically there is no such reference.
Sir, he has the mic. We'll start with him.
जस्ट सिनेमा से सुरेश शर्मा. मैडम,
नमस्कार सर.
जैसा कि दादा ने कहा, स्टोरी को खोलने के लिए नहीं कह रहा हूँ, लेकिन आपके बारे में कहा जाता है कि आप यूनिक कैरेक्टर चुनती हैं, आप जब भी काम करती हैं. तो इस फिल्म में आपका कैरेक्टर किस तरह का है? आप कहानी मत बताइए.
जी. मुझे लगता है ये सच में एक कला है अपने किरदार को और फिल्म को कुछ शब्दों में आई थिंक बोलना. दादा, can you help me?
I will answer this. In certain roles, there are a lot of dialogues. There are a lot of elements where you can do something, where you can perform something. This is a character which lot of things she believes in her mind. It's a conviction. It's a principle. It's something she wants to do. It's a commitment, and she has done that. Please watch the film. You will discover Yami Gautam. She is so brilliant. She is the best thing which can happen for this film. The best within this world. Trust me, I told her also. And it's less is more. There is something called less is more. It's इतना सा किया, but इतना अंदर में इतना power and इतना conviction. So you will see a new kind of acting.
Is the conflict more internal?
It's a very internal conflict. It's a conflict which she can't share with everybody, you know. And she's trying to find out something. It's the conviction. And it has come out so. I'm so happy. I'm a very happy person after. And she's such a. I must say, we work with skillful actors, great actors, beautiful actors. Obviously, she is beautiful. She is awesome as far as acting is concerned. But she's such a brilliant and great and superb human being. And I want to clap in front of everybody for this.
दादा,
So you are. That's why.
मुझे embarrassment feel हो रहा है.
एक्चुअली इतनी तारीफ हो रही है और वो पोस्टर में देख रहा हूँ, मैंने कुछ नहीं देखा है, तो बहुत सारे रेफरेंस आ रहे हैं कि क्या कहानी जैसी वो लड़की, और आप बता नहीं सकते. मुझे इस लड़की के बारे में जानना है. कहानी मत बताइए, किस मिजाज की है, क्या कर रही है. फिर आपकी ही फिल्मों के रेफरेंस भी आ रहे हैं, तो आप ये बड़ा, हाँ मतलब, हाँ
Thursday नहीं, it's nowhere close to Thursday, मैम.
तो ये किस मिजाज की लड़की है, और कहानी बिल्कुल मत बताइए, लेकिन इसका मिजाज, इसका कुछ तो मतलब बहुत कुछ ऐसा लग रहा है. कहानी मत पता चले कि बाकी कुछ पता चल जाए. अब मुझे नहीं पता है कैसे समझाएंगे आप.
जैसे विधि आज की लड़की है, बैकग्राउंड यूपी है, बट शी इज बीन रेज्ड इन कोलकाता. अपने नानू के साथ रहती है, जो फॉर्चुनेटली मेरे लिए बहुत सौभाग्य की बात है कि आई गॉट अ चांस टू वर्क विद द ग्रेट पंकज कपूर जी. एंड एक बारीकी में काम करना क्या होता है वो मैंने उनको ऑब्जर्व करके सीखा है. आप सुनते हैं इन सब बातों के बारे में, जब आप किसी ऐसे एक्टर को देखते हैं लाइव इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, वो एक अलग एक्सपीरियंस होता है. और आज की लड़की है, अपने काम के लिए बहुत सीरियस है, बहुत रिस्पॉन्सिबल फील करती है कि अगर ये मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है तो सिर्फ महज एक आर्टिकल छापना नहीं है, पर उसके पीछे का क्या सच है. और उस sometimes I can understand from media fraternity perspective that when it comes to integrity it can be so challenging. It can be मुझे ये न्यूज़ ब्रेक करनी है क्योंकि ये सच है, but sometimes I'm sure you feel कि नहीं यार, if it happens, मैं तो अपना काम कर रहा हूँ, कर रही है या कर रही हूँ, पर उसका इम्पैक्ट किसी एक के ऊपर कितना गहरा हो सकता है, that it can be and you can completely choose to ignore it. And you can say, I'm doing my work, but sometimes what if you're really in that situation and it's literally the matter of life and death? What do you do? तो नज़रिए की बात है, आपकी पर्सपेक्टिव की बात है कि आप किस तरह का नज़रिया रखते हैं. वो आपकी सेंसिबिलिटी पर, आपकी परवरिश क्या है, आपके घर का माहौल कैसा है. That's where Nanu plays a very important part in her life. उसे मेरी तरह, खैर मुझे तो चाय पीना पसंद है, उसे कॉफ़ी पीना पसंद है, यही डिफरेंस है. बट आई थिंक कई बार इस तरह का जब किरदार आता है, आप सोचते हैं कि मैं क्या रेफरेंसेस, जैसे मैम ने पूछा क्या रेफरेंस लूँ या और क्या कर सकती हूँ टू एड एंड मेक इट लुक इम्पैक्टफुल, और क्या करना चाहिए. बट समटाइम्स व्हाट दादा इज ट्राइंग टू से लेस इज मोर. जैसे अभी मैं बात कर रही हूँ, मुझे नहीं लगता मैं कुछ, ऑफ कोर्स मैं सोच के बात कर रही हूँ, बट आई एम फीलिंग वेरी एट ईज. अगर आप कुछ पूछेगा मत, पर ऐसा कोई सवाल पूछते हैं जो बहुत कुछ खतरनाक सा सवाल है, बट I'm saying I'm not thinking too much. I'm not pretending. I'm just being me right now. तो almost इस तरह की performance में या understanding रखना अपने subject का, अपने किरदार का, I think that was very और वो आपको फिल्म की tone पे depend करता है. ज़रूरी नहीं हर फिल्म इस तरह की you may need to amp up a little bit sometimes. जैसे I can think of बाला, वो जो किरदार था very different. I tried to play it real, but वो अपने आप में इतना dramatic था, so वो उसका एक सुर अलग था. A Thursday was a very different सुर. Again, as real as possible in terms of the situation that she found herself, but what she did is not something that we see or we hear, every day. That's why it's a film. But ये इस फिल्म में मौका मिला to जो अब आप बोलते हैं you playing naturally, but कैसे आप अपने आप को एक effortlessly उस character में ढाल लेते हैं, कि आपको पता भी नहीं चल रहा है that आप acting करें, but you're aware, of course you're aware that there are cameras, of course you're aware कि मुझे इतना ही रखना है. And if I step over that line, I know Dada is there. All the best to you for hitting my answer because इतना लंबा answer.
और ये कभी यामी से मिलती है, कभी मैच करती है, कहाँ पर मैच करती है? हालांकि कैरेक्टर है, लेकिन आपसे कहीं मैच करती है?
Sir, other people are also waiting to ask questions.
Very good evening. Today it's now everybody are trying in multi-language releases with basic whatever the story setting. Do you want the mic? Do you want to?
आपका माइक नहीं चल रहा है सर.
Yeah.
So today it's multi-language release, which is tagged as pan-India. So do you want any time to try in Bengali, then release in other languages? And Yami, I love your character in Kannada film initially, Ulasa Utsaha. So when we can see you in Kannada
sweet.
film? Thank you.
That's so sweet.
See, there are a lot of Bengali dialogues in this film. There are a lot of English in this film. There's a lot of Hindi in this film. So I don't believe in remaking of a film. I believe in this is a film which we have done. It has subtitles, and this is a very universal emotions and story. It's not for Calcutta. It's not for Delhi. It's everywhere, and you can find that abroad also. The kind of elements we have in this film. So I don't want to remake this in any other language because it's the story. A film has its own language, and if we can communicate properly, it will reach everybody. And nowadays people are used to read subtitles and watch a film.
Good evening.
People will dub.
It can be done, but I mean, we watch so many Iranian films, we watch so many French films, Spanish films. We don't dub it; we watch it properly. I mean, in the original language. I resonate as an audience more than watching a dubbed film.
The success of South Korean films is also an example in today's world. Yeah.
Good evening. I just wanted to know when it comes to tales of disappearance, the lack of closure is the most intriguing part. Like the person is missing, it's survivor's guilt, etc. Do you tackle that in this film, and how did you both go about it?
It has been tackled, and अभी कैसे बोलूं मैं तो.
That's such an interesting question. Very interesting question. I must compliment you for this.
There's no answer.
There is an answer in the film.
There is an answer.
There is an answer in the film.
No.
because-
अगर हम कई बार पिक आउट करते हैं कि अरे ये कैसा सवाल पूछ लिया आपने, बट कोई अच्छा पूछता है तो कॉम्प्लीमेंट भी करना चाहिए.
But the lack of closure is always.
Yeah.
That is true.
There is an
That's so
ambiguity.
human, and there is
दूसरा जाएगा.
Dada's way of closure. But in reality, yes, when you think of, that's a film, but in reality, when you think of so many undone closures, it is heartbreaking. It's always about a closure.
Absolutely.
Whether
It's
it comes to
really-
death, you always feel, I wish I could pay my last respect and say that final goodbye. And
यामी, आप पिछले कई साल से मतलब एक्टिंग फील्ड में हैं. कितने सारे पत्रकारों कि मतलब आपको अच्छे बुरे अनुभव तो आए ही होंगे, कुछ शेयर करना चाहेंगी? हालांकि आप इसमें भी जर्नलिस्ट प्ले कर रही, इसके लिए पूछ रही हूँ।
जी, मैंने अभी वही कहा ना कि देखिए मेरे लिए भी हर एक अनुभव जब पहली बार कुछ होता है नया ही होता है। जब आप इस इंडस्ट्री में आते हैं, नो वन प्रिपेयर्स यू, एटलीस्ट नॉट फॉर मी, बिकॉज मैंने नहीं सोचा था कि पहली फिल्म के साथ इस तरह का सक्सेस मिलेगा। ऑफ कोर्स बहुत उतार चढ़ाव आए, कुछ ऐसी फिल्में भी थी जो जिन्होंने वर्क नहीं किया और हर बार इस तरह का किरदार नहीं था विच आई फेल्ट यू नो आई रियली वांट टू डू विद माई हार्ट। बट जहाँ तक कि मीडिया की बात की जाए, मैं इसीलिए कह रही हूँ, दिस ऑल्सो subtly touches that thing about media integrity, जहाँ पर उस मौके पे जब कभी मुझे लगा होगा कि नहीं यार, मीडिया इज बीइंग सो अनफेयर, दैट्स नॉट अ गुड क्वेश्चन, ऐसे क्यों लिखा, पूछना चाहिए था, यू नो, बिना आप कैसे बिना पूछे कुछ ऐसा लिख सकते हैं। एज आई सेड कि किसी एक के लिए वो न्यूज़ है, 2 दिन एक एपिसोड बना कुछ, यू नो, बट किसी की जिंदगी पर, किसी की फैमिली पर उसका क्या इम्पैक्ट होता है वो वही जानते हैं। बट देन यू रियलाइज, यू अंडरस्टैंड विद टाइम, एटलीस्ट मैं इस तरह की इंसान हूँ, मुझे लगा कि चलिए आप भी अपना काम ही कर रहे हैं, ये आपकी भी रोजी रोटी है, जैसे मेरे लिए मेरा काम है, ये आपका काम है, यू डोंट मीन इट बट दैट्स योर जॉब, सो इट्स दैट काइंड ऑफ रिलेशन। हाँ, कई बार ऐसे भी होता है, ऐसे जर्नलिस्ट भी मिले जहाँ पर दे वर वेरी काइंड इनफ, दे वर वेरी मैच्योर इनफ, यू नो, टू स्पीक फर्स्ट, कि you know, and get to the truth. If khair aisa kuch fortunately hasn't been in my life, but I'm sure I can understand that, you know, the other side also, that it's, you feel you're doing your job, but what impact it has on somebody's life, it's much more than just you know, a piece of article.
कोई एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना
We
चाहेंगे?
need to wrap up. We have time for one last question.
नहीं, मुझे आई थिंक as a person I'm a very positive person. I just like looking ahead, moving on, and with the best of people around me. अगर किसी से कुछ ऐसा भी हुआ है कई बार, you know, some journalists walk up to you and say, you know, we are so sorry at that time, you know, कुछ हमने कुछ लिखा होगा और I'm so sorry but we had to, our editor told us. So तो वो भी मूव ऑन करते हैं, आप भी मूव ऑन करते हैं, बट आई थिंक आज के टाइम में अगर आई लाइक टू कंक्लूड बाय सेइंग, जैसे एज एन इंडस्ट्री, क्योंकि बहुत ही एक कॉमन क्वेश्चन है और होना भी चाहिए, बहुत क्यूरियोसिटी है कि हिंदी फिल्में और क्या हो रहा है, यू नो, किस तरह की फिल्में एंड एवरीथिंग, इट्स डेफिनेटली ये एक बहुत रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि ऑडियंस कभी नाराज नहीं होनी चाहिए। दैट्स वन गोल्डन लाइन फ्रॉम माई मदर and that is so true. Audience खुश रहनी चाहिए, that which means we need to work harder, in terms of writing, in terms of performances, in terms of execution, directors, everything, and कहीं ना कहीं आप भी साथ में आगे बढ़िए, कहीं ना कहीं आप भी वो एक स्टेप लीजिए जहाँ पर, you know, we feel this you'll always have to do your job, sometimes you'll have to be the bad cop, but you know, somewhere we also feel कि नहीं यार, we moving on, पहले जिस तरह की कुछ चीज़ें होती थी या बहुत कुछ नेगेटिविटी, वो अब नहीं है। I know, you know, keeping everything intact, keep doing your job, but at the same time it can be done in a more graceful way, with more respect and dignity to all. That's what I would say.
Last question with ma'am. We are going to conclude the press conference.
Yeah,
Mike?
okay. I think, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, simple question, Yami. Has marriage changed you as an actor, especially you're married to a acclaimed director?
Changed me as an actor.
Yeah.
मुझे पता है, I think some people have been asking, and I'm assuming it's a backhanded compliment, so I'll take it as a compliment. Having married to Aditya, of course, leaving apart the person that he is, and I'm so fortunate, and I can, trust me, this evening will not be enough if I really have to put my experience in words, the kind of person Aditya is. But as a professional, I don't know better, I don't know all of that, but I can definitely say that this is a creative field, and to be able to, he's not read any of my scripts, just to let you know. It's obviously the decision always, you know, for me will always be from an actor's perspective, and his will always be as a director. But एक जो एक perspective होता है ना, of exchanging of ideas more than anything else, I think is for me is a great sign of growth, and I'll always cherish that, of course, with Aditya. And he has a brilliant mind, genius of mind, and I am fortunate to be able to share that with him. And ये एक ऐसी field है जहाँ पर growth ही success है. कहीं full stop नहीं लग सकता. It has to be ... Can't be अब आप बहुत अच्छा actor बन गए. It'll always be a book.
That's all the time that we have for questions today. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anirudh sir. Thank you, Yami, for joining us today. Sir, they really have to leave.
One question.
Sir, they have.
चलो मैं उठते बोलती हूँ. बोलिए सर, बोलिए.
Yeah, can you please tell what are the different dimensions of being lost and which types of getting lost are more serious?
That is a very interesting question. And when you watch the film, when you watch the film, you'll realize it's not just about a person being lost. It's also a metaphor. And what is that metaphor you watch? You'll watch the
आपको भी आएगा
कितनी जल्दी पिक्चर आ गई है. So nice.
19 को.
नहीं मैं बोलूँगी इनके साथ में रहता हूँ. I'm saying Yami Gautam is sign boy.
उधर पीछे वो ब्लैक
इनका ले लो और बात करो.
ये रखेंगे मैडम.